There's a lie men tell every single day. 2 words, you've said it this week, probably today. It's the lie you tell your wife when she asks what's wrong, the lie you tell your friends when they check in, the lie you tell yourself when you're staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. Chest-tight mind, racing 2 words that are slowly killing you. And today, I'm going to show you why you need to stop. Before we get into this, I need to tell you something. I sent this as an email to my Senior Men Club newsletter subscribers earlier. Today, it was meant just for them, but halfway through writing it, I realized every man needs to hear this, not just the men in my community, every single one of you, so I'm sharing it here. But understand this made it out, because it's that important. Most of what I share with my newsletter subscribers stays there. The deeper conversations, the harder truths, the things that don't make it to public videos. If you want all of it, you'll need to join. But for now, listen to this. I called my dad. Today, he's 70 lives 2 hours away. I asked him the simplest question. How are you really doing? His answer: I'm fine. I've been hearing that answer my whole life. So I pushed, Dad, will you ever actually tell me when something's not fine? He laughed that laugh men do when they're caught and said something that stopped me cold. What difference would it make? If I tell you my problem, will it disappear? Or will I just sound like I can't handle things? I sat with that for a moment, and then it hit me that one sentence explains so much about the men I work with every single day. That's the lie. I'm fine, and you tell it constantly, even when you're not fine, especially when you're not fine. Now this is why it breaks my heart. When you ask a woman what's wrong, she tells you she'll unload the whole story. The worry, the frustration, the fear, she'll let people help carry it. But you say, I'm fine, while carrying mountains, financial stress that keeps you awake at 3 I'm fine, the doctor visit that scared you, fine, the loneliness that hits hardest on Sunday evenings, fine, the work rejection, the health scare, the disappointment in your kids, fine. You've built this fortress where admitting struggle feels like admitting you're broken, like saying I can't handle this means you failed somehow. So you shove it, lock it away, carry it alone. Now let me tell you what this lie is actually doing to you as a doctor. The men I see struggling with high blood, pressure, heart issues, that heaviness in their chest. They're carrying things. They won't speak out loud. Their bodies keeping score. Their sleep suffering. Their relationships are suffering because they're not really there. They're somewhere else managing invisible weight. And that's the cruelest part. You think you're protecting everyone by staying silent. You think your burden is yours alone to bear. It's not. You don't need to fix everything yourself. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be unbreakable. You just need one person you can actually be honest with. Not your whole circle, not every friend, just someone who won't judge you for struggling, someone who won't weaponize your vulnerability, someone who gets that strength isn't about never falling apart. It's about falling apart in front of the right person and letting them help you back up. For some of you, that's a friend who's been around since forever. For others, it's a therapist, a pastor, a counselor. Some of you might have a partner who actually knows how to listen without trying to fix. But most of you, you're walking around saying, I'm fine, to everyone, carrying everything alone, wondering why it feels so heavy. The truth is, you're not fine, and that's not weakness, that's being human. The weakness is pretending. You don't need anyone finding that one person you can actually be honest with. That's courage, that's strength. That's the difference between surviving and actually living. My dad still says I'm fine most of the time, but every now and then he calls me and he tells me something real, and I listen without judgment. And somehow, just by saying it out loud, to someone who cares, it gets a little lighter for him. You deserve that too. Look, I share conversations like this with my Senior Men Club newsletter subscribers every Sunday. The unfiltered truth about what men are actually going through, the patterns. Nobody else talks about the weight you're carrying, that you think you have to carry alone. This message made it out today because it was too important to keep locked away. But most of what I write, it stays in the newsletter. It's where we have The real conversations, if you want, in the links in the description and pinned in the comments. It's free, it's weekly, and it's for men who are tired of pretending they're fine when they're not. Stop saying, "I'm fine," when you're not. Find that one person, let them in. You don't have to carry everything alone, and send this to another man who needs to know he's allowed to not be fine. I'm Avery Scott, and I wish you real peace and calm. I'll see you in the next one. And here's the thing that needs to be added, because it matters more than most men realize. When you keep saying you're fine, your body starts believing it. Even when it's breaking down, stress hormones rise, blood pressure stays high, your heart works harder. Every night, your immune system weakens, and slowly your mind begins to detach from your emotions, because pretending to be okay becomes easier than feeling everything. That's how emotional numbness begins. That's how distance grows between you and the people who love you most. Silence becomes your language, and isolation becomes your home. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens every time you say, "I'm fine," when you're really not. So, if you're reading or hearing this right now, take it as your moment to pause, to breathe, to admit that it's heavy. You don't have to fix it today. You don't have to solve everything. You just have to tell someone the truth, even a small truth, because once you say it out loud, healing starts to move toward you piece by piece, quietly, but surely. Real strength isn't in silence. It's in honesty. That's how you start living again.